Hello, everyone. I am Harry from Eurovoxx, and today I have got a very special guest. It is the man that representing Greece at the Eurovision Song Contest this year, and probably the only contestant we could get that does make me feel a little bit old. It is Victor Vernicos. How are you, Victor?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm amazing. Great to be speaking to you today. I mean, what's your day been like today? Have you been doing much press stuff or Eurovision stuff in general?
Been doing a few press stuff. Obviously, Eurovision is my life right now. Been practicing as much as possible. We're here at rehearsals today. Everything's looking very great, and I'm very excited for the stage performance, for my performance in Eurovision. So yeah, it's been going great. All Eurovision, all the time.
Oh, I mean, that's the mentality we want to hear as
Yeah,
fans, of course. And I'm sure the mentality you wanted as soon as you signed up for
well,
this. Yeah, absolutely. So let's go almost back to the start. So when obviously you've been in the music career for a little bit, when and how did you start getting into the music career?
so I've come from a pretty musical family, and I started playing piano at 4 years old, and then I started playing guitar at 10, started taking vocal lessons at 8 years old. So, and I started writing my own songs around 11. So that's pretty much the point where I started taking it more seriously, around 11, 12 years old, because I started producing my own things as well around 12. I did a year of music technology in a music school here in Athens. But then I during lockdown, I really grinded like 10, 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, just writing music and doing music technology to sharpen my craft and try to get as good as possible. And music's always been something that's in my heart. I love it from the bottom of my heart. I can't describe myself with anything other than music. Like it's the first word that would come to mind if you ask me to describe myself. So
It's almost like it seems you don't really know a world without music if you
of
play
course not.
piano from the age of
I don't know what it
4.
is because I feel like the world is the world and music is the expression of it. I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So is it? So you say your family is quite musical. Is it someone in particular in the family that inspires you to get
Everyone.
better at everyone?
Everyone,
Everyone.
everyone. So my mom played piano. My dad played trumpet. My grandfather on my dad's side, who's Danish. My dad's Danish and my mom's Greek. And my grandfather on my mom's side, so on my dad's side, played professional clarinet in a jazz band. My dad raised me on blues, soul, funk, jazz, and all the above. And my grandfather on my mom's side played saxophone, trumpet, piano, guitar, everything. So, but I never got to meet him, but I've heard a lot about him from my mother. So, it was my mother's idea to get me into playing piano at 4 years old. Obviously, my dad's as well, but they agreed on it. But
Yeah.
they showed me the way. They gave me optionality, and they wanted to see if I'd pick it and if it was in my heart, and it was. So I continued.
I mean that's great to have the support of like your whole family on like the career
Yeah,
you're passionate about. That must be
amazing.
amazing.
It's
It
amazing.
almost seemed. No, sorry, go on.
No, it's amazing, and it obviously took some convincing. I mean, to get fully confident in me. I mean, you need to see that your kid is committed, and obviously it's about risk management. You want the best for your kid always. So I had to. I mean, I was always working really, really hard, and they saw. I knew that if they saw how committed I was and how much I was working towards it, and how much I wanted it, they would give me more freedom to do what I wanted to do. And in September, now they let me stop normal school, and now I'm doing online school, which is about 1 to 2 hours per day with a school from England. Actually, it's called Minerva Virtual Institute. So it's quite great.
Oh, okay, yeah, good bit of English link there. Lovely stuff. So let's go now to sort of more the Eurovision side. So I always find this question fascinating when it comes to Eurovision artists.
Yeah.
When was the moment that you knew you wanted to apply for Eurovision?
When I heard Amanda Tenfield's song last year, probably then.
It's a great
'Cause
moment.
Yeah, because I liked it so much. Like, I love the vocoder in the start. I just went crazy. It's like that stank face that you get when you hear something. I was like, "Woo! That's good," and I was like, "Okay, I have to apply." That's when it became a goal for me. It was always a dream. Like I've always loved Eurovision. I mean, the first song I ever sang live was "Heroes" by Måns Zelmerlöw. So it was which won in 2015 for Sweden. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it's always been a dream, but I made it a goal last year, and then now we're here. So it's been insane, surreal.
So, do you remember your first Eurovision then? If you've been like a fan for so many years, or
Probably it was probably 2015 when I watched
with Mans?
yeah.
And is that your favorite Eurovision entry of all time, or is there another one that springs to mind?
It's definitely one of them. I also love Duncan Lawrence's in 2019, and I love Fairy Tale by Alexander Rybak in 2009, which won, and also Elena Paparizou, obviously, because come on, Greece.
I think you legally have to like that one from your country.
I'm saying it 10% because it's legal, but 90% because I actually love it.
Yeah, of course, of course. I mean, they're all
It's
fantastic.
only 10% legal.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they're all fantastic entries. I mean, Eurovision classics, of course.
But she's amazing.
Oh, of course. Have you ever managed to meet her?
I haven't met her, but I'm really looking forward to. I hope I do. I hope she likes me, and I hope I hope she'd like to meet me. I would love to meet her as soon as possible.
I'm sure she'd love you.
And get some experience from her. I'd love to just pick her brain on how the experience was and what she thinks of it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there's an omen in there that she also took part the last a year after Ukraine won. So I'm just saying there is a link.
I saw that, and I was thinking about it. And also, the year that Eurovision was in Greece was the year I was born.
I know. I look when looking up your age. I remember I was like, you weren't even born when Greece last hosted. That's insane to me.
I was born later that year.
Yeah. That is ridiculous. Because I was speaking to a friend the other day, and their favorite moments from 2006. I'm like, I'm speaking to someone who's not even going to know that. Oh, that's brilliant.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I haven't seen 2006 Eurovision. I didn't exist yet.
It's not your fault, of course. Don't be silly.
My parents. I'll blame it on my parents. Should have made me sooner.
Should have been older. So going back to the Eurovision side in terms of like modern day, I'd imagine this was maybe a couple months ago. So for people that don't know, roughly the Greek internal selection goes: you submit a song, and then it slowly gets whittled down to a smaller and smaller number of acts until a jury and a public vote come together and selects the winner, which turns out to be the person right next to me as we speak. Where were you, and when did you know that you had been selected to represent Greece?
I was just at home. I got a call, and I got an email first. I got an email first that was hinting it. It was like, we want to meet with you.
Okay.
And then we got a call, and that was it. And I went crazy.
Do you remember your reaction much, or was it?
Yeah, I played it cool, closed the phone, and then started screaming. I went insane, man. Come on.
You went insane. To be fair, I have seen a few of your Instagrams and how much like energy and like.
Yeah, I scream a lot.
You do scream a lot. Yeah.
I'm worried about when I go to Liverpool because I want to keep because that's the point where I'm gonna want to scream so much because I'll have so much energy. I'll love being there. Like I'm just gonna be so enthusiastic, and I need to keep myself from screaming.
For your voice.
I might do it in my performance on purpose just to let it out for the last one. Like in the grand final, I'll scream something.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if you do it like at the end of the performance, it's like, well, you've done it now. You like feel free. Although to be fair, worst case scenario, you can always let your vocal coach or anyone like that train you on how to scream internally or something like that.
Yeah,
help you out.
I'll be speaking to her about that for sure.
Yeah.
Good idea. Thank you.
So yeah, I mean, obviously you're quite an energetic person. As you said, you screamed as soon as you found out the news. How long did you have to keep it a secret if you had to? And was it hard or anything like that?
It was like 2 days, and it felt like 2 centuries.
Oh God!
Because I mean, when we went to make the announcement with ERT, the broadcaster, which has been absolutely lovely, by the way, in this process, we went to the place where they did it, which was the news station, which is the biggest in the day and the week. And they didn't even tell the camera crew. They weren't telling the camera crew who's coming and why they're coming and what's happening. I just showed up. Only 1 or 2 people knew. I showed up. We did it, and then everybody knew, and it was amazing.
I mean, insane. I can imagine. Did anyone know before then? Did you have to tell like various family members, friends, anything like that?
We didn't even tell family members. Nobody.
No.
I only told one person who's close to me, like my best friend, but that's it.
Well, because I can imagine. So you say you do an online school at the moment. Do you have
Right.
friends in this online school, or is it more like a homeschool system where you're by yourself?
So when you join in a lesson, there's people in the classroom. If you can't attend the lesson, you can watch it recorded back,
Ah,
because all of them are recorded. So I do use that as optionality if I'm somewhere, having to do press or like rehearsals or anything. So I have time for Eurovision and being ready to represent Greece. But I have a friend that now does online school that I was together with in the previous school I was at, and I have made one or two friends there. But I mean, making friends online is the same as making friends in person. I mean, going to online school has been part of a sacrifice, for music, for following my career. Like even if I had the idea of Eurovision, I knew I was going to apply, but the reason I left school was Eurovision or not. I want to focus more on music. I want to have as much time as possible for music. So, and also keep the education up because I'd love to, but as many hours as possible to put into this. I know that as much as I put into this is as much as I'm going to get out. So I was like, let me put as much into it as possible. Like, how can I maximize that? So that's what we did.
yeah, of course, that makes complete sense. Where I am curious, when you went to like maybe your next online class after it was announced, was there anything like that you said, guys, I'm pretty cool, big deal now. I'm going to Eurovision in Greece for Greece or anything? Did you say anything like that? Was there any talk about that in your next?
There was a little part of me that wanted to. I forgot. There was a little part of me that wanted to and just go there. You know what? You guys are stuck on this online thing, but in Liverpool, in your country, I'm about to be on a stage with 11,000 people. Ha ha.
But I mean, also all the people that go to the school, not all, but most of them are like athletes. Like I've joined a lesson who athletes who travel that do it professionally. I've got come in a classroom one morning and somebody said, "Hey, I just did an 80-kilometer bicycle run." So I was afraid. Oh yeah, I'll say I go to Liverpool. The other guys are gonna say, "Okay, I just ran 120 kilometers." So okay, what did you do this morning? I'll be like, actually, okay,
It's
Fine.
ratio, isn't
Exactly. I
it?
got raised 100%. Finished. I'll just sit in the corner with my hands crossed again. So
I mean, trust me, Victor. Speaking on behalf of all Eurovision fans, you have the higher ratio. I can assure you.
thanks, man.
Once the news got announced, so we've gone from like the online or like friends side, social
Yeah.
media or like the reaction online. How was it for you? Like, did your phone just completely blow up once that interview and
completely.
the news was over?
Yeah. It completely blew up. It blown up like nothing I've seen before. It's similar to the release of the song now, but yeah, those two I can only compare. But that release that I was going to be the winner was crazy, and especially because it's a country involved. Like I don't think I'll ever in my musical career, receive so much love other than representing Greece. You know what I mean? Because you're representing your own home country, and it's really it's an emotional thing. It's a lot of things. It's very sentimental, and there's a lot of pride involved as well. I mean, people that didn't even like me used to like me. I mean, people that made fun of my music. Like I had a guy who had been sending me clown emojis, and then no, I'm serious, and
Yeah,
I hadn't
I
replied to him.
believe you. Yeah, yeah.
I hadn't replied to him. So it's clown emojis. I hadn't replied, just left on. I'd like the message or something. So I don't care. and then I see, hey, in Greek, "Kalia επιτυχία, Victor. Good luck." So it's good luck, Victor. Make us proud. I'm like, okay, thanks.
That is sweet karma there for you, I'd imagine. I
Yeah, but
think.
the announcement was really great. I received a lot of support, which I'm very grateful for.
That's wonderful to hear. I tell you what, Victor, would you like to play a little game quickly?
I'd love
A
to.
little,
What's the
wonderful.
game?
So, obviously, you're going to Liverpool in a couple months' time, and I'm also going there to Liverpool for the first time myself, even though I'm from there, from UK. I haven't been there. So, I think it's important that we get up to scratch with the terminology that you'll need to know once
Okay.
you're at Liverpool. So, I've got a fun game called Define the Scouse. So, I've
Oh,
got a
cool.
few phrases and terms, and you've just got to tell me or try and guess what they mean.
Define the what? I don't think I even caught that.
Define the Scouse. So, if you don't know, Liverpool people from Liverpool are called Scousers. So that's
Okay.
basically the link there. So the first one, Scran and Bevy. What do you think that means?
Run away and hide.
Run away.
What does it mean?
You're not. Don't worry. What is it? I'll use it in a sentence. Maybe you could do it. So, you would get this maybe in a restaurant, or you get a waiter to order it for you.
It's a type of food.
It's food and drink essentially. Scran is food, drink is bevy. So.
Bevy is like a beverage.
Beverage, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But what's scran? What
Food.
Is it scrambled egg? It's just
No,
food.
it's just food in general. It's not linked to a specific
And
food.
beverage. So it's like food and beverage. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so when you're in a restaurant there, whatever, a chain, McDonald's or a Greg's, or you, just whatever. Yeah, Scran and a bevy. The next one, no one will ever call you this, I can assure you. But meth. What do you think meth is?
Meth.
So in a sentence, if you thought someone had made an error or something of like big proportion, you say, "Oh, what a meth!"
Like a dimwit.
Yeah, stupid or idiot is what I've got it as. So you can say in your head if someone you feel makes an error, or when you're at Liverpool, you can go, "Oh, what a meth!" Yeah, you can use that. And then
I'll go. I'm sure everybody in Liverpool is gonna like me after this.
Oh, they're gonna love you, I'm sure. I mean, maybe you Scran and bevy over meth, just to clarify when speaking to people from Liverpool.
I will do that more. I promise. I'll say scran and bevy more than I'll say meth.
Yes, and then the final one we have, it's a link to clothing. I'll say that. Traps.
I know this one, but I don't know this one. What is it? Is it like boots?
Yeah, you're on the right lines. It's trainers. So, if you had for like a sport, so like Jordans or Nike. So I'm sure you might be wearing trabs a lot in Liverpool. Who knows? You're wearing them right now. Yeah, I'd consider that a trab. Yeah, you're wearing You're wearing a pair of trabs right now. Exactly. Perfect. So I mean that. Very good knowledge, to be fair. You did all right in that game.
Thank you. You're flattering me, but thanks.
No, you did. I mean, you're not from the UK. You're not expected to know any of these.
Well, I've gone to a British school, but never to Liverpool. I haven't met anybody that's come from Liverpool. I might know one person. Yeah, but she's 70 years old. She keeps talking to me about the Beatles, which is amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm not sure a 70-year-old will be using these terms, even if they're from Liverpool.
That's what I'm talking about.
No. Let's move on to the actual song itself, because that was released the other day, and it's called What They Say. For people that maybe don't know it, or which maybe it's probably few at this point, but admittedly, but if you had to describe this song to someone that was unaware, what is this song about, and what does it mean to you?
The song is about a real life experience that I had with anxiety that I wrote 6 months after that. That I wrote about it, an experience I had 6 months prior to writing it. And it's basically like an internal monologue of anxiety and the thoughts that come from it, that angst of wanting to let it go. And it's just an expression of an emotion that I had. So what I try to do with every song is take an emotion and express it to the purest extent possible. I mean, that's what you try to do with any sort of music. That's what makes a good song for me. I mean, I saw a reaction on YouTube of my song, and somebody said that it's a personification of an emotion. I was like, okay, I'm done. Finish. I did my work. I'm good.
Job done.
Sign me up. I'm done. And that's the point. Because you're supposed to connect the emotion with the lyrics, with the music, with the production, with everything. The mix with the master, and the performance, especially now because we're going to Eurovision, because that's such a huge part. So yeah, it's just about expressing that anxiety and that angst of trying to get it out of yourself and the internal thoughts that come from that. And all I can hope is that people use it to express themselves through it in the way that I listened to it, in the way that I wrote it as well, to get it off my chest. And in the end of the song, it's just a big release, which is what is basically releasing all that angst and putting it out into the ether and not keeping it on your chest anymore. That's the point.
I mean, that's a fantastic message. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. And I can tell, like, I remember watching your video when the song came out. Again, it was one of those ones where you were jumping up in the air. I think it was probably in your room somewhere celebrating. Like,
Yeah.
you've got a lot of passion for this song, haven't you?
Yeah, I wrote it 2 years ago. I wrote it when I was 14 years old. So and I still love it. It's like I don't know how I'm not bored of it yet. I honestly am, but and I
Sign of
think
a good song.
I think it's just because it's authentic. Like I mean, I wrote it about something that was true to me, still true to me. I produced it in a way that was true to me, and I don't think that type of thing ever gets old. So yeah.
No, absolutely. When something's authentic and true to you, it sticks with you. I completely get that. So now the song's out. We've got probably just under 2 months before Eurovision. What happens next for you in these next 2 months in terms of the process between now and Liverpool?
Loads of rehearsals, perfecting the performance, and I'm so happy. In a way, I would love to have a Melody Festival like they have in Sweden and Denmark and some Scandinavian countries. But I'm also quite happy that there isn't one because the performance is going to be a surprise, and that's one thing I love. I love the element of surprise. So we're looking forward to perfecting the stage performance, connecting it to the song, and so it's loads and loads of rehearsals, loads of practice, and that's it basically.
But practice over and over again.
Over and over again. Make sure
Yeah.
it's perfect.
Make sure it's perfect. In speaking of the stage performance, I would be a complete fool to try and pry any much out of you at this stage. But could you give us maybe what feel you're going to go for, what the mood you want to set on the stage at Liverpool is?
The mood that I want to set is exactly the song. I want to connect the stage performance with the song as much as possible. As in the start, it starts off emotional, starts close. It's close to you, like you're speaking. You're a little bit hurting, you know what I mean? And then it builds, and then it builds, and then it builds, and monologue comes through, and then we have that release at the end. I'm just trying to connect the stage performance with the amazing director that we have on board as well. Connect it, give it a unique taste, which we've figured out now, which will be really great. Hopefully, I hope everybody at Eurovision will like it.
You've certainly intrigued me here, Victor, with your description of your staging. I must say.
I hope you guys like it. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to put on the best show and express that emotion of the song in a stage performance as well.
Absolutely. And then one more question I think I want to discuss. Have you heard any of the other songs from this year? Do you have any other favorites from the cast of 2023?
Yeah, of course. I love a lot of the songs. I mean, I mentioned before in a previous interview, I listened to a snippet of Czechia's song, which was quite cool, and that really sparked my ear, but I haven't listened to the full song yet, which I'm going to do now. And also, which one was the other one? I like Norway's a lot before. I like Ireland's.
Okay.
I like a lot of the songs. I like Cyprus's. The Sweden's is great as well. I like all of. I like Norway's. Finland's is fun. It's cool. It reminds me of Norway's last year. Like is that vibe? It reminds me of Serbia's last year. Like Vitistrava, whatever it's called. With the club.
Vitistrava, yeah.
It's the song where it's a mood, right? And then so it becomes a little bit iconic, and so it's cool. Like I love a lot of the entries, and I'm so happy that so much great music is coming to Eurovision this year.
Yeah, it's a fantastic cast of songs, including yours as well. Victor, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And guys watching, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social medias. Go on.
You better subscribe.
You better subscribe. Yes, you're doing a better job at promoting this than me. And follow us on all social medias. Go onto the website. Follow the podcast on Spotify. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Cheers.